Run it up, Johnny.
Johnny, you're so stupid.
What's up, everybody? So this is your boy Kush, and this is Kush Talks by Yes It Is, powered by the Stoner System Network. If you haven't joined the network, please do so. And for those of you that are, thank you for watching. So today we're going to go into season one season 8, episode 1 of the industry. So for the industry, we're going to be covering a little bit of the marijuana industry and everything and anything in between it, from the black market down to the legal market and everyone in between that makes it thrive. So cheers to this one, because this is a mothership glass real quick. Might be a little cold, but we got to finish it anyways. So today we're going to be going into depth on the industry. For those of you who know and know what's up with the industry, it has, its ups and downs, and it's all arounds, and fucking everybody in and out and in between that creates the industry, from its artists to its buyers to its fucking heady smokers to its broke smokers. That pretty much creates the industry, from the shops to the trapper on the block. Like, that's pretty much everybody right there, Like, so this season we will be covering a little bit of everybody. So you will see some dudes on here that are vendors that come out to a lot of these traditional market events. And then we also got a couple companies that will hopefully come on here and maybe be some sponsors. So we will have some guests on here that will be covering a little bit more on the white side of things, which is the legal, what we like to call in the traditional market. We call it the white label side. It on the regular, for people who don't know the term, it's just the regular weed market, or like the legal end. All those shops, that's considered the white label market, or the white market to us. But we're gonna be getting a little coverage of a little bit of everything on both ends. We know a few different people that are willing to come out and pretty much give general information on how they got into the industry, and just like myself, and we all got into weed industry weed because we liked it. And then in liking the product and liking the plant itself, you're exposed to music, clothing, culture, just a whole different way of life. And that right there itself is all part of the industry that shapes every niche and every corner that makes it all thrive. So like, even my boy Joey, like, we've all been smoking since we've been kids, and that brought us all into music, which led on to like the way we dress, down to like the way we hang out with each other, and the way we perceive and do things. And we all started from the love of the plant. But going into that, we are going to be talking about the bad stuff and the good stuff, which is the bad weed and all the stuff that goes around, which is like the shit that you see on the East Coast, which is the like the sprayed chemicals. People ask, do that stuff really happen? Does shit like that really happen? Yes, it does. Do you come across nasty stuff? Yes, you do. Do you come across moldy packs? Yes, you do. Do you come across really good weed that's worth paying $200-$300 on an ounce? Yes, you do. Do you come across rosin, just like the Zushi and all these other dudes that are promoting their stuff for hundreds of dollars per jars on 2 grams type stuff? Is it worth it? In my personal opinion, it might be if you're willing to try it. You never know. But things like that, of that nature, that's all part of the industry, and that we're going to be getting a little coverage on everything about that. So pretty much going in from there, we'll cover all the ins and out of what happens, and how the stuff goes down, because it does happen. You do tend to see that from time to time. But that and the future of where things are heading towards right now, on both the legal and the black market. If you guys are in the industry, you kind of know, like, things have been changing in the past couple years, both black and white market, and it's been hurting, but for a lot of us, we're still strong, and we're still here up in the industry, and we're still here to represent the plant itself. But as things change, you need to change and you need to adapt towards that. So we'll be covering a couple different activists and a couple different people that are mainline on the government on the first end, a fight towards the legalization of cannabis, and even some honestly don't even agree with that, but some actually want to or go back to have it like criminalized and have it go back to old Prop 2 1 what is it, 215, back to shop stuff, which will change some stuff around, but it is what it is. But I don't think we'll move backwards in that sense. But in addition, we will be covering a little bit of everybody this season. But I just blanked out right now. How was that one? That was good. That was good. I'm fucking high, bro.
So good.
All right, but yeah, I'm Kush Talks, and we're gonna be having a couple different people on here just to give everybody a broader spectrum of who creates the community and who creates the industry in the real sense, from the first hand being on the street to working in a lot of these dispensaries and distros that are producing mass production of stuff right now. There's a big flood going on. A lot of people don't know about that, but there's a big flood going on. But eventually, it's gonna be scarce and hard to find really good weed or like really good product in a sense. But that's just my opinion on where things are gonna go later on. But but yeah, we want to just give you guys a little insight on who creates the community, because there's a lot of really good creators in this market and in this niche community of people who actually have gone on to like create really really like crazy stuff, like Puffco, a full device made specifically for smoking extracts, to the glass artist who creates the rig to smoke it on, so you won't just have a plain glass and you can have something that looks nice. Or like the full functioning glass artist. This is a mothership. You saw me taking a dab on earlier. Like mothership's expensive, but like somebody else wouldn't pay this much for this rig, but somebody in the community would be like, nah, bro, that's the fucking Porsche of bongs. Like you want to be smoking out of that if you want to be smoking anything, like type shit. So yeah, we want to just give that information to you guys out there and just give us a follow back, and see, this is where I get lost, bro. This is where I get lost. So what do I do, bro? The loop. I made a left turn, bro. I made a left turn. So this is our first time doing this, bro. So we're a little high, we're a little faded doing this, but overall, we're guys in the community and want to educate everybody else about what goes on in the community. We have a couple other things going on here as well too. So if you stick to the Stoner System Network, you'll see that we have other diverse shows and other diverse things too. But we want to just educate you guys and put you guys onto something, and some people who are actually part of the head front, or are in the community straight up and can lead you in the right direction when you're in doubt. So
Johnny, you're so stupid.